about Ronaldo at Manchester United. How do you look at it from the outside and say, how he's behaved and we all love Ronaldo. What he's achieved in his career is amazing. The goals he scored. Is Manchester United a better team with him in the side or not?
This is Wayne Rooney talking to TalkSport today about the situation with Ronaldo. We watched Man United come back last night after defeat against Villa at the weekend and beat Aston Villa to knock them out of the EFL Cup. Man United's performances in the last 4 to 5 games since the return of Ronaldo have definitely regressed. Remember, the Roy Keanes and the Rio Ferdinands, the Piers Morgans, Kevin Petersons of this world slammed Ten Hag for having him on the bench in particular games and not bringing him on. Wayne Rooney's about to give his view on, is Man United a better team with Ronaldo in it?
No, I don't think so. I think the key is that there's him and Messi are arguably the two best players of all time. And you can go either way with that, whatever way you decide. But I just think the things he's done from the start of the season, really, and it's not...
Listen, he's right. We're not as good a team. And the things that he has done from the start of the season, Rooney is talking about this, not only as a current manager, but he understands what the standards were like at the club and the things that players could and could not do when Fergie was here. Now, there are some Man United fans that don't like us looking backwards and saying, well, why do we compare things to how Fergie was here? Well, the same levels of discipline that Sir Alex Ferguson had at his football club is what Pep Guardiola has within his dressing room. It's what all the great managers, all the winning managers, all the top-class coaches at well-run football club standards look like.
Acceptable for Manchester United, and I see, obviously, you've seen Roy Keane defend there. Roy wouldn't have said that. Roy wouldn't.
And listen, that's so key. Just go back to listen to what Wayne Rooney said again there. Listen to this.
Obviously, you've seen Roy Keane defend there. Roy wouldn't have said that. Roy wouldn't have said that at all. And
Wayne Rooney laughing there at Roy Keane. Roy Keane wouldn't have said that when he was in our dressing room. Roy Keane would not have said that when he was the captain of Manchester United. And the same with Rio Ferdinand. By the way, I have a tremendous amount of respect for both people. United icons, United legends, part of the greatest two teams of my lifetime. They're part of the two greatest one was a captain and one was a stalwart in the two greatest Premier League teams of all time. But their defending of Cristiano Ronaldo is absolutely regressive for Manchester United.
So it's a distraction which Manchester United don't need them in time to rebuild, and for Cristiano, just get your head down and work and be ready to play when the manager needs you.
And this is absolutely right what Wayne Rooney has said there. It absolutely is. What's also right is downloading the One Football app now. You can scan that QR code on the screen or click on the link in the description below. The very best one-stop shop for football around. It truly, truly is. There is no better place to get your football news, live match updates, statistics, live Serie A games, by the way, one streamed each week, plus near live reactions, goals, and all sorts from that league, plus much, much more. Get it downloaded for free right now.
Goal scorer, right, who gets 24-5 goals a season on the bench. I'm sorry. I don't. And people keep talking about, I see Roy Keane talk about it, and I totally agree. Why are we so concerned with what people don't do?
The reason that we're concerned with what people don't do, Rio, is because he may be able to put the ball in the back of the net. By the way, that has dried up significantly. In the games that he has played, the volume of big chances he's created has fallen away. Now, the problem is, Rio, I know he's your boy. I know you love him. I know you've got a lot of time. I know you've got a lot of respect for him. But just look at the facts. Since he returned to the team, Man United, in only one game, scored more than one goal, and that was at home against Sheriff. With all due respect, they are an absolute minnow, and 3-0 isn't really a good enough result. Against Newcastle, the only time in the game we looked like scoring was after he came off. West Ham, we scored, but we struggled and we slugged on for those 90 minutes. Real Sociedad, we scored and then we struggled and slugged on for those 90 minutes. And against Aston Villa, because of their speed and their power, they absolutely obliterated Manchester United. So why does it matter, Rio? It matters because he can't press, which is part of the manager's style. He can't even move himself quickly enough into the right positions to be able to consistently score. Their hips don't lie, Rio, my friend. He's absolutely crocked. And the crazy thing is, when I say, by the way, when I say Crocs, I want to address that word. Crocs is more of an injury. Rio Ferdinand has got to understand that Cristiano Ronaldo's body does not want to let him do what his brain does anymore. In Rio's head, when he went to QPR, he probably still, when his head was one of the best centre backs in the league, his body just would not let him do it anymore. So the reason you didn't play regularly for QPR when you went down there was because of what you couldn't do anymore, Rio. The same as Ronaldo. He can't do what he used to do, and he's the lame duck on the pitch. Now, Man United's next game, after Ronaldo isn't in the side, the first game we play since the Tottenham and Chelsea games where we were phenomenal, we smashed Aston Villa 4-2. It took us a little bit of time to get going. We had to bring a few players off the bench to help us, but the flow of the football, the level of creativity, the volume of goals scored, Man United returned back. The Spurs game, astoundingly good. The Chelsea game at Stamford Bridge, we dominated them for large parts. Should have won that match. You could argue, people made the argument, Ronaldo would have scored the chances Rashford had. He wouldn't have been in the positions because all the next games that he returned into, we played awfully. He's got to go. He simply has to go.
We go to games every week and we watch some bad games.
But we're not criticising him for that. I'm not criticising him for that. I'm criticising him for...
Let me finish.
Sorry, Ron.
Let me finish. We watch players every week. Players who finish the 32, 33, they take a big pay packet to go off to the States or China, wherever they go, or they retire because they can. This guy wants to keep on doing it. That has to be admired. I'm not giving him a thumbs up for his behaviour in the last week. Far from it. Far from it.
But is that not what the problem is here? Is that not what the problem is here? So we're all thumbsing him up for his great attitude and his great goals and his great... However, what we're saying is he stormed off the car park early. He's been suspended and fined 2 weeks' wages.
Right, he can't...
Absolutely. And listen, I wanted to replay the clip of Roy Keane defending him. He's also said at other points this year that there's going to be trouble if Ten Hag doesn't play him regularly. He didn't return back to Manchester United to sit on the bench for big games. But he doesn't have that choice. You play in big games if you help the team. And I'm stating this now, and I stand by this. Ronaldo playing for Man United in 2022 takes us backwards. I love and respect the guy, but I love and respect him enough to say the truth. Equally, I love Manchester United more than I love him.
Time. What's he good at? The hardest thing to do in football is score goals. And this guy does it as good.
He can't do it anymore, Rio.
If not better than anybody. When you sign a player like Casemiro, who has shown you a body of work that cannot be questioned until you give him a chance to prove himself in the league. So you're bringing him in now, you're bringing him to a new country, new culture, new teammates, and then you're telling him to now go out and play in a way that he's never played before. It's almost like he's got a shield around him at the moment. Can't go near him, can't touch him. He's too dangerous. We'll leave him. And he's brought fear in 8 games already.
I wanted to play that second half of this clip because you're right about Casemiro, Rio. He was slowly bled into the team. And at first, people were criticizing his signing. They were saying, well, maybe he's not a Ten Hag player. Ten Hag's, getting it all wrong. Ronaldo not playing and Casemiro not starting. Casemiro has now become a linchpin in this Man United team. And in the vast majority of games that he's played, United have looked brilliant. We've conceded so many less opportunities and goals from open play, shielding the back line. Brilliant. Great. But you mentioned something there, Rio, about fear. I'm telling you this now as sure as eggs are eggs. Cristiano Ronaldo does not strike fear into the hearts of opponents and defenders anymore. They are not scared of him. There is no fear factor. The pace has gone. The skill has gone. The finishing touch has gone. And that all happens when your body ages. You can't angle your body in the right ways. The lines change. You know this, Rio. Your body at the end failed you. Like all athletes, by the way. I'm not having a dig at you. You're one of the greatest centre-backs of all time, in my opinion. But everybody's body lets them down in the end. Everybody's. The speed, the reaction time, your physicality, strength, everything goes at some point. It just happens as men and women get older. But Ronaldo has to be moved on from Man United. This has to come in January. And I'm so proud to see Wayne Rooney call out Roy Keane. And for me, in the same breath, he's calling out the Rios, he's calling out the Piers Morgans, he's calling out the Petersons. His behavior is not acceptable. This idea that just because you're a star, you're guaranteed to start is unacceptable. It's a terrible message to the young players of Manchester United, and it absolutely has to stop. It absolutely has to stop. And on top of that, which is probably even more important than anything else, Manchester United are a significantly better team when Ronaldo doesn't play. We move the ball faster, we press the ball better. And if yesterday against Villa, those long balls, those diagonal balls to catch out the mid block from Aston Villa were played more accurately, would have scored 2 or 3 in the first half as well. Being inaccurate with passing isn't 100% playing badly. But when Ronaldo is in this team, we can't press. We essentially play with 10 men. We get almost no defensive cover apart from set pieces, which he is pretty good at, to be fair. And we even have a player now that can't physically get himself into the positions regularly enough to be able to score. And then when he is in those positions, the volume of chances he's missing is unacceptable. Well done to Wayne Rooney for calling this out. Man United fans have got to stand up and lay this and set the standards for this football club. And that is that no player, no matter whether he's the greatest of all time or not, is bigger than this football club. Ten Hag, my message to you, not that you're going to see this, but my message is clear. Do not pick Cristiano Ronaldo this weekend against Fulham and get the board and his agent to find him a new club in January. We need to reinvest. We need someone younger, fresher, more vibrant to help us lead that line because Ronaldo is a big, big problem for Manchester United.